approximately 2 years ago, I celebrated my 100-pound weight loss milestone. Yay! I'm super proud of it, and I'm super proud of the fact that potatoes were one of the biggest reasons why I was able to do that in a sustainable, healthy, and not drive your brain crazy kind of way, not counting calories kind of way. But I've kind of got myself in a bit of a rut, and it's all mental and emotional. It's not that I don't have the tools. So today I'm going to talk about how I gained weight in the last year. I gained about 15 pounds, how I'm dealing with the emotional stuff that comes along with that, the guilt, the shame, and I'm going to talk about how I'm going to get back on track. Then I'm going to end the video with a Q&A from Instagram if we have time. So let's get to it. For me, the biggest culprits are snacky things like pistachios, store-bought corn chips, store-bought hummus that has oil in it, and tahinis, toast with peanut butter, grazing and snacking, and not having large, satisfying, whole foods, plant-based meals to keep me away from that stuff. And I share a house with 3 other adults, so I don't have total control of what's in our house, and it makes it a little bit more challenging for me. And also just being inactive and sedentary. While we were traveling in our van, I was fairly active because we don't want to be sitting in the van all day, but we weren't like super active. But this is where it changed. When we got home, we came home to cool, wet, overcast weather that was very depressing for me. It was really hard on me, and just being back was really hard on me emotionally. Just processing all the stuff we had been through, and it felt like a bit of a failure, our van trip, and I just got really depressed and I wasn't moving much. I mean, I can really feel it. I can see it in my face. My clothes are tight. It feels uncomfortable. It's so easy to fall down that rabbit hole in the direction of like shame and guilt, and I feel like another thing that compounds my emotions around this is that I am here on social media. I'm out there sharing my journey to the public. I feel like I have this responsibility to be an inspiration, and it's just embarrassing when I'm not. But I know it also makes me more relatable, and I know you guys understand. So I'm really grateful for that, and I'm grateful for you for following along with this and sticking it out with me. Penny has something to share about her weight gain, recent weight gain since we got home. She's been very resourceful in getting extra treats from Grandpa, and she put on 2 pounds. That's a lot of weight for a small dog. I put her on a diet and she's lost about a half a pound in the last month. What does Penny think about gaining weight? Does she have any guilt or shame? No. So take it from Penny. It's just something that happens sometimes. We don't need to feel guilty or shameful about it. We might feel uncomfortable in our body, but the best thing you can do is take Penny's attitude. You're such a good girl. Another thing that's really helpful for me is just surrounding myself with like-minded people and immerse myself in the material and education that I already know, but I need to like drill it into my head again. And for me, that is, reading Chef AJ's Secret to Ultimate Weight Loss book, rereading my own book, rereading The Pleasure Trap, and this is all very timely. Friday, August 30th through Sunday, September 1st, I'll be attending Chef AJ's UWL Conference, and it's the Ultimate Weight Loss Live Conference in Vegas, which is always filled with so much information that I always walk away renewed. And I always learn something new every time I go there, and I just love being around people that understand me and they understand this lifestyle. And if you're going to be in the area and you want to go, it's not too late. They still have some tickets left. I'll link that down below with the information on how to get $100 off from the conference. So I'll be there if you decide to go. Come by and say hello. And now it's time to go through the questions that I got on Instagrams. I don't know if you guys want to be anonymous or not, so I'm just going to keep you anonymous. I don't know. I get awkward about this stuff. Can you talk about what you're doing to move forward again? It would be helpful for those of us who gained and not being able to get out of that rut. What I'm doing to address this to move forward is to do what I know works best. Sticking with foods low in calorie density, and really look at the reasons why I want to get to a lean body weight, and just feel good in my body. So that part is something that I have to remind myself every day. So writing down my whys and putting them somewhere where I can look at and read every day, and having a vision board of some sort. I have to have food prepped and ready to go. It has to be easy. So that's something I have to make a priority, is batch cooking and batch prepping, so I have at least 3 days worth of food ready to go. I really have to work on upping my vegetable intake. That is the key to weight loss. Like, that puts the accelerator on weight loss. So that's what I got to do. Making batch cooking and batch prepping a priority. So that's what I'm gonna do. And also getting in movement. I've been working on that. If you guys have been watching or following along, you know I've been doing the StepBet thing, and that's forcing me to get out and at least walk. And also for mental health and enjoyment and just feeling stronger and good about myself, I want to get back to strength training. I love it. It's my happy place. It's like meditation for me, so I got to make that a priority. How do you satisfy your cravings without sabotaging your weight loss? You can go 2 ways with this. I personally find the best way to deal with that is to just not give in to the cravings and just ride that wave and get through it. Usually after 3 days it gets a little better, especially if you're eating enough satisfying starches like potatoes, brown rice, quinoa, corn, and vegetables and fruit, and just making sure you're getting some good solid meals in there that make you feel comfortably full and satisfied. But your body's still gonna like rebel and still gonna crave the stuff, and you have to ride that wave and get through it. The other alternative, if you're not willing to just grit your teeth through those cravings, is to make healthy homemade versions of those foods. You can find all kinds of ideas online. I think the best go-to source is High Carb Hannah. She's got all kinds of recipe videos that share, you know, how you can make homemade versions of stuff like chips and all kinds of yummy stuff. Do you believe in having an accountability partner? Are you looking for one? I'm available. Hugs to you. Of course, accountability partners can be great. It's a matter of finding the right one. Someone's going to stick with you and also put the work in, so you really have to find somebody that matches you. It helps to be on the same time zone, all that stuff. So yeah, let's hook up. You know who you are. Message me and we'll see if we can set something up. All right, another question is how to avoid emotional eating or forgive yourself and move on when you binge. The only way to avoid it is to plan and prepare and have these healthy foods available to you, and have the unhealthy stuff that triggers you, even healthy stuff that's triggering. Not having the foods that trigger you around. That's hard, I know. When you have family and other people living in your house, it's difficult, but that's something, if it's an ongoing problem, it should be addressed with the family if you can. And maybe they can agree to putting the stuff in a locker or just somewhere where you can't see it. I find for me it just really helps to have a focus and, you know, really remind myself why I'm doing this. Having a vision board and actually looking at the vision board. Having food prepared and ready to go. And then how to move on afterward, you have to learn from it, and you have to forgive yourself and not let guilt take over, because neither of those feelings help you move forward. I don't know if that helps, but I know it's very personal, and you have to really push to figure that out and avoid trigger foods at all costs. How do you avoid eating after being already comfortably full? You might be craving junk or something sweet after you've already eaten enough. And sometimes I just find you just need to distract yourself, because if you know logically that you've eaten enough, that you're comfortably full, then finding something else to do with your time is of great benefit, because a lot of times when we're wanting to eat after we're already comfortably full is due to boredom or something, like you're just looking for something else to fill a gap in your life. Just like SpudFit will say, make your life exciting and your food boring. And sometimes just having a bubble bath or reading a book or doing something that you don't normally associate with food. Smaller meals or bigger meals for weight management. That all depends on you and your schedule and what works best for you. For me, 2 big meals a day work really well. A big brunch of potatoes and vegetables, and then a dinner with, you know, I could have potatoes again and vegetables, or some other healthy whole plant meal like rice and lentils or something like that. That works really well for me. But for some people, they can't take in a lot all at once, and having smaller meals works better. So it's really all about you and getting to know you and what works best for you. And before I wrap up today's video, I just want to know from you what your biggest struggle is with staying on track. What is it that you think is your biggest hurdle? Comment down below and let's talk about this. I hope you got something out of this. If you found it helpful, give it a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video every Wednesdays and Sundays. I'm doing it.